All right, so the other day you looked at this rock cycle image and you had to answer some questions about it. Today I'm going to explain it to you. So the whole cycle here, where the number one is the volcano is erupting, the magmas and lava is coming up, and it is creating igneous rock, which we know forms when the magma cools. It turns into rock. So the first thing we have is igneous rock. The igneous rock over time, over a lot of time, is weathered or broken down and then moved to another spot. So weathered and eroded, weathering and erosion. When it breaks down, it creates sediments, which you see after the number 2 on the cycle. Once the sediments are buried and pressed together over time, they create sedimentary rock, which is made out of sediments. So the igneous rock broke down into sediments, was buried, and then created sedimentary rock, which is after the number 3. Again, over a lot of time, what happens to the sedimentary rock is when it undergoes very high heat and extreme pressure, which is called compression, it turns into metamorphic rock, which still has some of the qualities of the sedimentary rock. It'll still have fossils and still be made up of sediments. It can still have layers, but it is also just a lot more shiny and compressed. So we go from igneous rock to sedimentary rock to metamorphic rock. That is just one way that the rock cycle can go. Here are my notes on that too. So again, first the volcano erupts, it cools down and creates igneous rock. Second, the igneous rock breaks down into sediments. Third, the sediments are buried and turn into sedimentary rock. And fourth, the sedimentary rock is eventually compressed with pressure into metamorphic rock. I am going to create my own rock cycle right here. So I have igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rock. Let's say that the igneous turns into metamorphic right away. What happens there is after the volcano erupts and the magma turns to igneous rock, it has the beautiful crystals that igneous rock has. And over a lot of time, again, that rock is going to have a lot of pressure and heat on it, and it turns into metamorphic rock. It still has the beautiful crystals that igneous rock has, but it's more compressed. So over time, it turned into metamorphic rock. Now, let's say over another long period of time, the metamorphic rock gets broken down due to weathering and erosion, and it turns into sediments. After the sediments are buried, they're compressed together during their burial. Minerals hold them together, and it turns into sedimentary rock. Okay, so the igneous turned into metamorphic. The metamorphic broke down. It left a bunch of sediments. Here are my little sediments. Okay, not really easy with this pen if those are my sediments. And then they turn into sedimentary rock. And then again, over time, the sedimentary rock breaks down. It's in the Earth's core. We have all of our volcano, which erupts. And again, we have igneous rock. Okay, igneous rock could turn into sedimentary. Sedimentary rock could also turn into metamorphic rock. It could turn into igneous rock. Igneous rock could turn into sedimentary. This could go many ways, just like the water cycle. Okay, so it all is just based on how the rocks change and turn into each other. Again, igneous can turn into metamorphic when it is undergoing a lot of heat and pressure. When the metamorphic breaks down, it creates sediments, which turn into sedimentary rock. And then over time, those sediments break down again. They're in the Earth's core. And we have magma, which could turn back into igneous rock. That's another way the rock cycle could go. Tomorrow, you're going to be creating your own rock cycle and then explaining how the rocks are changing into each other. So you're welcome to use this video as an explanation to talk about how an igneous rock can turn into a metamorphic rock could turn into an igneous rock, but you will have to do some explaining on how that is possible while you create your own rock cycle. You can do a couple arrows, you can add as many arrows as you feel confident doing. You'll just have to explain how the rocks are turning into each other. So I hope this video here helps with that explanation.